Serious. Be for serious.
Hey, warriors.
Good morning.
I come to you in soft tones today as literally 5 seconds before I hit the go button and the red light was on.
She's such a
Jude was
tattletale.
speaking about her man's little bum. Now, why she felt that I wanted to hear that, just because it's Truth Tuesday, I wasn't trying to hear that or do a visual on what her man's ass looks like. Nobody's trying to do a visual. I know she finds it cute. There is just some things. Why can't you just keep it to you? She's doing all these Korean things. The heart. The love.
I love the things they do.
Truth twos. Well, our truth is that Jude was the nights are nice and well, I shouldn't say they're okay. They're getting cooler, which is nice.
It is.
And so it makes for great sleeping weather, right? So Jude was feeling all beautiful, which, by the way, her room is really beautiful. It's done in pinks, and it's just, it's adorable. And so she was all under her comforter, and just like all, and I'm like, I'm up at 3:30. I'm like, let's do this, la la. But I wait on my Jude because we leave at 4 or whatever, and it got to be after 4, and I'm hearing no movement out of that room. So yeah. So something must have said, you need to get up, because I wasn't gonna tap on her door. I was just ready to go.
She's always ready to go.
Yeah. So she just did her thing, got up, and she was out, and we did our thing. So I really was very happy. So that's kind of like our truth of the day. It was a day of, kind of, when you're in that nice sleep, and it's nice and chilled, and you're feeling good under the comforters.
I know, it's hard to get out when it's like that. I like feeling like a little bit of coolness and being like warm. That is a nice feeling. Mm-hmm. And when you have your lover beside you, it's even nicer. Who wants to get out of the bed when it's like that? Nobody. On the cool air day, and I just want to stay in. Come on, people. She's looking like that, but we all know it's true. Everybody wants to stay in when it's like that. Snuggle.
I'm just saying.
A little kissy face. A little snuggly.
That's enough. I don't want to hear anymore.
That's enough.
That's true. That's very true. We're looking at the eliminations of Dancing with the Stars, and
it just happened to be on the background, but we all know I'm like squirrel.
Yeah.
And the outfit totally was so bright that it caught my eyes, and I couldn't even.
And Hayes, I believe, got kicked off yesterday. I don't watch.
I don't either.
So, anyways, how you guys doing?
How is everyone? What is your truth today? What's happening in your life? How are you feeling? What's your truth? Truth Tuesday. Want to hear a truth? She's sassy. Here's my truth. 2 candies. One's in her mouth. They're both for her.
I'm selfish.
She's not, but maybe about these she is. I don't know.
They're my sugar-free Russell Stovers. It's my guilty pleasure, and I do it early in the morning, and with the black strongest coffee known to man. And I just feel that it's just one moment to take to myself. And why should I be called out on the mat about it? Don't listen to her.
Okay.
I had only 3 hours of sleep last night.
She does this all the time. It actually is like borderline miraculous, because I need a full 8, which I don't get because I get up to walk with her. But I'm dialing back my go to bed time, to like ridiculous hours in in the evening so I can get enough sleep. But like she wakes up, she's peppy, like it is what her body needs, and I find that quite miraculous because she looked beautiful, she's peppy. I'm all like groggy, the eyes, like, I'm like stumbling as we walk. And but you do, like, she just wakes up, she's perky, she's like, let's go, let's take the day by storm. I got extra hours to live because I slept 3 hours.
Which is, you know what, just crazy. I mean,
it's wonderful.
My kingdom, to be relaxed enough to say, you know what, take a day. You don't have to get out of bed, or you can get out of bed. Mm-hmm. You don't have to take a shower. I take 3.
She does.
I just, I was telling you today, before we started our run, I said, mm-hmm. There's like a spiritual warfare going on, right? So the rational side of me is like, take some time for yourself. Even though we're in quarantine, we both work hard. I mean, and it's a lot of this, a lot of mental,
emotional,
making a lot of decisions, plotting the course, putting things in alignment. So when we do come out of this horrific crisis, which we will be better for it. Yeah, we will be positioned. And so we work and we grind hard for at least 12 hours a day. Mm-hmm. And, I was just telling you this morning, I wish my rational side would disregard my OCD side, because my OCD side is get your ass up. There is no time to waste. Sleeping is overrated. Yeah. Eating is overrated. Get out there and make moves.
Y'all can feel for me because I live with the OCD side.
I do. I made her a lovely burger yesterday with garnish and everything. And little did she know, mushrooms, some sharp cheddar cheese, and it was good, right? And
it was very good.
And it wasn't salty, right? No. And I, put some of these amazing like pita chips that she has on the side. And so the woman is enjoying her lunch, okay? I mean, enjoying it. Not saying a word, leaving me alone, and I'm just itching for when she's done so I can wash the plate.
Yeah, and I was like slow eating, just nibbling here and there.
I mean, it makes no sense. I mean, she didn't see me, glancing at her.
I don't know what she's thinking.
Like I was, doing my own work, but I just was like, okay, when that last chip is gone, I'm just going to swoop up that plate. Because what is wrong with me?
She keeps a home like a model home. Like a TV home. Camera crews can come in here anytime and it's going to look perfect. Which is awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. It's also very warm. She loves to decorate, very warm, inviting, and all that. But you would tell somebody else and she would make sure that they rest and take a day.
This is true.
Hence
the word hypocrite.
Hypocrite.
Period.
Lovely hypocrite. Maybe we should put lovely hypocrite. Because she's both.
I don't know.
So, yeah.
So when we were running today, Jude was, giving me some of her spiritual moments. And as we were running, my attention was diverted to a man that was also jogging. Now, I heard from a quarter mile away that he had coughed not once but twice as he crossed the street. So what I did was I just took my little, it wasn't a mask, okay, but like my shirt, and as we were running through, because I was scared that particles was going to be like dangling in the air.
He's like,
I didn't want to run in that.
He was literally a quarter of a mile away.
Literally. And I just said,
she's sensitive.
I was like, no, I'm not taking Rona home. Rona is going to stay right out here in this atmosphere. And I just put it up. And I was like running across the street until we got literally a quarter more miles away. And then I was like, okay, I think we're safe.
Does anybody else have these issues or thoughts?
I got to get out. I mean,
where can we go?
Nowhere. Well, we know where we're going, but I'm just saying.
That's true. It's going to happen. That's what we're saying.
We're a little excited.
We're planning.
Yes, and I really cannot wait for you guys to be on that journey with us. Um, it's really amazing. I love you for it. It's just we have someone to thank for it that even put the suggestion in our mind. But you will see, it will
Yes.
all come to fruition, and we will document it, and you guys will be with us every step of the way because we need you, warriors.
And the question is, will we need bikinis or wool mittens and gloves and hats?
Both.
What are we going to need?
Both.
As long as I can wear some boots, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Because I love boots. I have like a boot thing.
How many of you guys have like made new friends during this pandemic?
That's a great question.
You know what I mean? What I mean, and
I have.
And like, how are you handling it? Do you really think you're getting to know people? Is this their truth? In quarantine, once we're all, back to some kind of semblance of normalcy, when we get a wrangle on this, will you still be connected with those people?
Right.
Are people being more humble now because we're sheltering in place? I mean, or is it real? How many real relationships are you forming, right now?
That's really interesting. And I would like to say or venture, because I have had instances long before this where I met people online and they became very close friends that then we went on to meet in real life. And Kimberly traveled across country with me when I moved.
Yeah.
And we originally met online and on Facebook in a group like 10, 11 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Finally met last summer when she came out to my area for a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And then flew to Nashville to drive cross country with me. So I think you can develop real friends that stay in your life. And I've met more people this year, with this happening, that I think will be in my life. I think it's real. I think it can be real. Well, look at my long distance relationship. That's real.
But it wasn't created in COVID.
No, but I'm saying that just because if you're meeting people online or things like that you can have a depth.
But I'm saying because of this time.
Okay, I'm not understanding.
Okay, so when 9/11 hit.
Yes.
You couldn't. I mean, there were people that were embracing, that never knew each other, that understood that we weren't promised tomorrow for the first time. Everyone was like, okay, I get it. Right?
Right.
How many of those relationships are still intact?
Okay.
Friendship-wise, intimate-wise, whatever-wise, right? There's something about being in this crisis where we're reaching out, we're pulling together, some of us. Some of us are polarized. How real is it going to be once things are relaxed again and we get back to whatever the new normal is going to be?
I think it will be like it always is. Like we have things for seasons, right? There are seasons, and then some will stay, and some, as things go back to normal, that season will be over and you'll let them go.
That makes me sad.
Well, doesn't mean you can't check in. Can't send them,
Okay, but that's on this side. Don't you want, at some point, I would like, we speak a whole lot about you can do what you can control. Okay, fine. But wouldn't it be nice if it was mutual?
Yes.
If the person on the other side that I'm speaking with actually felt the same affinity that I did about our friendship. And that it didn't go away. And that
I think that's just up to the relationship.
No, I think that's up to also environment. Because if not for this crisis, I probably would have never met that person.
Right.
Right.
You go back, you're working more, you can't talk as much.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. We're all making time because we really don't have a choice for some of us. that are adhering to the rules.
But maybe it will change things. Maybe we will continue to value relationship more and continue to make time. Maybe this will shift our busyness.
But I don't think we've learned how to deal with this crisis enough to even go back out there and be better, stronger, more relatable, more humanistic. I mean, we have, on top of this crisis, we have racial divide, political tensions. I mean, it is so fractured.
I was actually going to say, I think that may make some of those issues may be causing friendships to really bond and forge in these beliefs, because now we're like speaking about this stuff where and where there has been blindness, eyes are being opened and people are like no more. And so I think that where these issues are concerned, people are forging a deeper bond, possibly. I know in my circles, like the bonds that I'm forming right now are pretty deep because we are determined to create a new world together. You know, like we are wanting to connect into each other's dreams of a better future.
28 days.
28 days.
28 days until the nation will conduct business as usual, as it has for 3 years plus, or the new winds of change.
28 days?
28 days.
Until we get to voice our desires, our choice, our opinion, what we want for the next 4 years.
Yeah, for sure.
Do we want more of the same? We will find out.
Yeah. That's for certain.
Make sure your voice is heard.
Definitely make sure your voice is heard. It is something that we all have in common. It's something that we all can do. This is, right now you have a choice as to whether or not you can protest in the street or write a letter to your congressman or all of these things.
Yes.
But definitely, I don't think you have a choice when it comes to voting. I think that is something that there's just no two ways about. You do.
Go vote.
You just vote. I think it's important to do that.
And choice is empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
It is. And that's where we take our power back. And we make our
move
voice
it forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Or move it forward. And it's not even, it's always there, but you have a choice. And when we take and make our voice be heard, we are taking responsibility for what is happening. We're saying
a little piece
our
of us,
piece,
all of us,
our,
that's for sure.
Our little bit that we can do and speak to. And I love the idea of writing to senators and representatives, and I've never done it, so I'm going to do it because I've never done it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it just because I haven't done that, and I should.
Yeah. Be accountable for your own actions,
Yeah, and hold them accountable because, like I said in a previous video, like we hired them. They work for us, and we should voice to them the things that we're happy about, the things that we're not happy about. Like, hey, you're doing a good job. Hey, could you speak out on this because this is a really important issue to me? That they are our voice. That's what they're supposed to be doing, is being the voice for their constituency.
I would agree wholeheartedly.
So hold them accountable.
My prayers are with the great folks in Louisiana as Hurricane Delta is increasing in strength. Hold that state together by bubblegum, shoestring, whatever, God's grace. I mean, they just get hit all the time.
Yeah,
it's just,
they've been hammered.
It's crazy town. We all know about the young man in Texas that was murdered yet again, which I find most disturbing. It's never going to be business as usual. I will never become immune to that. I will always be hurt that there's a bounty on a certain demographic's head and another life is lost. It is chilling. It is heartbreaking. As a mother, I grieve. As a human being, I am beside myself of the human condition and how it is just so fractured and the callousness of it. It will never become business as usual to lose a human life, especially one that shares my complexion. Day after day, month after month, week after week, it's disturbing. It's not coincidental.
No, and it's like, it still shocks me. Like I was telling you this morning, it's like you, like with everything that is happening and being spoken out, and it's like, what? Like we still...
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
And you're right, like the mom in me just...
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Your hair looks great today.
Thank you.
Just saying.
Thank you. Yours too. We're so lovely. Together.
Okay, so none of you guys came through with decorations for how Jude and I, actually Jude, because I'm not going to attempt to do it.
She's not going to do it. That's my job.
To carve the pumpkin.
So it's outside with no face.
It's outside with no face.
It's just a pumpkin that's empty.
I still think the black hole, because we're all in a black hole. I mean, just put a hole in it.
It's the hole.
And then we'll put a candle. So
okay, I can't even tell you where my mind is bad.
She's deviant. What I've learned.
A little bit of wicked.
I'm the good girl. She's on the dark side.
And who would think that? Like upon meeting us.
I'm just saying.
Isn't that funny?
My nickname is Iron Maiden, but...
And I'm the Ivory Queen.
Just saying. Queen's Day is tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
We're just gonna keep saying it,
Queen's
even though you guys don't even care. I mean, you're not gonna wear a crown.
Maybe we should switch crowns tomorrow.
Maybe.
We'll
I don't know. My crystal crown
she loves hers.
I do. It was a crown of protection.
It looks so good on you.
It's so great.
It's so pretty.
I love it. Still making preparations for the Merry Mixer. First Saturday in December.
For those of you who showed up Saturday, you all know how fun we can be.
We were fun. It was great.
Mix with us.
We had a good time. So, I mean, it's going to be breakout rooms where you can just kind of, meet everyone and all of these different things.
Yeah.
So we're still pulling that together, and hopefully it will be successful. I would love to meet a lot of you. So that would be really, really great, especially those that don't know the show, and definitely those who have subscribed and like the show or get a giggle out of it in their day. But just to say hello to you warriors out there, you mothers, even your fathers that are hunkered down with, your small children, and you're having to homeschool, or you're having to, pick whether or not who goes to work because someone needs to stay with the children. You guys are contending with so many other things other than what Jude and I have to contend with. I mean, we have our ills, but you definitely have your challenges as well.
And everybody's having to really find a new way.
Yeah. We have to get creative and think out of the box, but I will enjoy meeting lots of you and put the faces to the name and all that good stuff, and talk and have some music and all of this good stuff, and I think that would be fun. I think that'll be really fun. So please stay tuned for that. Lou, I Am Enough. That is just stunning. I checked that out. Have you seen that?
Yeah, it's really good.
Creative marketing and for an amazing cause to the community. He is truly a prince in wait to be king for sure. Shout out to everyone out there that's going through bad time up here. I was telling Jude this morning. I said, today I feel the weight of the world. I really do. I think just being sheltered in place and doing everything, trying to stay safe, for myself, for Jude, for anyone that's around me, for my children. So, I don't check out of here sooner than necessary, even though we're not promised tomorrow. It's just like today, I'm just kind of feeling, I want to like scream.
Well, we were saying that yesterday. Like there was a shift of energy over the weekend, full moon, stuff like that. And yesterday we started just, I think, feeling the heaviness.
Yeah,
I think, sure. And the weariness of this is setting in.
It is.
Yeah.
I guess because we have been diligent for like half a year, over half a year, I just miss getting out there with the people. I think I drove into McDonald's to pick up breakfast sandwiches a few weeks ago, and I just kept that girl at the drive-through window for like 10 minutes that she will never get back in her life, because I was like, how you doing? Your uniform looks nice today. Yeah, I was like, and so I was like, do you get many people through here that are friendly? And she's like, woman, take your sandwiches and move along.
I only live with this other girl. She's crazy. Can't tell you about her. She'd make me crazy.
I just needed any kind of energy, and this poor girl, she could be no more than 19 years old. She could, she was just kind of like, but you know what, in her defense and in my defense, she was a sweetheart. She said, she goes, I feel it too. And I mean, she's like, so she was 19 and she was just like, and that was when we had fires. So it was like double, so it was like smoke and then pandemic. And it was just like, ugh.
I was thinking about that age group yesterday because I was like, gosh, I was like clubbing down in DC and stuff and dancing every like 3 days a week back in the day. And gosh, if this is going, they're missing out on all of that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay, I'm just saying. I felt for them.
It's just for a moment.
It is just for a moment, and they'll get back to clubbing.
They will.
It will happen.
And some of them haven't even stopped.
True. You can club on soon.
You need to stop that because you're super spreading. That's all I'm saying. Straight up.
Okay.
28 days to vote.
28 days.
We're gonna get on out of here. I'm gonna take my heavy and I'm gonna get light. I did say a prayer this morning, as I do every morning. I thanked God for giving me 2 great gifts, and that was the gift of sight. First of all, these eyes opened, these feet hit the floor, and I was off and running like Jude said, but God, did it feel absolutely amazing to be alive. So I'm glad that we're here, and again, look for us, like, share, subscribe, go to the womanstrong.org page to leave a message. We're pretty good about getting back to you guys. Thank you for the wonderful comments, the support thus far. And 28 days, you guys. Get out there and do your thing. And wear your freaking crowns tomorrow.
Crowns tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. We will see you guys soon. Ciao. And it's never